Hey guys, welcome to the first video that's filmed in this little shop here. A couple of weeks ago I bought a 2003 YZ250. I've been wanting to get back into the two-stroke world. Been riding four strokes and spring of '03. So after the research I've been doing for a couple of years now, off and on, being I want an enduro bike, seemed like the YZ250 was going to be the perfect choice. So I went out and got one. Mechanically it seems pretty good. A couple of odds and ends here and there, not a big deal. Went out and rode it the first day I had it. Everything seemed to work pretty good. Needs a little bit of work on the rear linkage. Chain is smoked, sprockets are smoked, but motor runs really good. Suspension, all the seals and everything are good there. Seem to pretty much perform, actually better than I expected. I've never actually ridden a YZ250 and a really old one, so I was actually pleasantly surprised at how well this one works in stock form for the woods. The only thing that's not stock does have a little bit bigger rear sprocket, so geared down a little bit, but motor wise 100% stock, pipe stock, so just a little work on the suspension there, but other than that, pretty much dealing with a stock bike. But we're going to change that. So don't have any fancy cameras here, no fancy lighting, so bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and grab the camera. We'll show you what I got back on the table here, and we'll go from there. Alright, so first up we got all new bodywork. We are going to update the look of this bike with the, was it 2015 I believe. Started that new style plastic. I went with a Chirby's plastic with the exception of that front fender. That's a Polysport fender. I went with that only because the catalog did not show a black front fender. That's also not a black front fender. I ended up ordering this Polysport thinking I was getting a black one, and turns out the part number was reversed in the catalog. Ended up with a white one anyway, and black one is out of stock, so we're going to run the white one until we get a black one in stock. One thing I will say about this at Chirby's, I used to run at Chirby's a lot, and I haven't actually bought any plastic in a while for my own bike. At Chirby's doesn't seem to be quite as good a quality as I remember. That Polysport fender is quite a bit nicer plastic. The Chirby's just feels a little bit thin and chintzy. Came with some rub marks in it. You can kind of see them on that number plate right there. Hard to see in the light, but I've also got them in both the shrouds and the side number plates there. So a little bit disappointed about that, but with some graphics it's going to cover it all up. It'll be fine. Going with a 3.2 gallon oversized tank from a Chirby's. This piece I am super happy with so far, just with the appearance. We'll see when I go to put it on. It came with this nice install kit here. One thing I'm not excited about is a purple fuel line, and I'm not going to be running that. But this does come with two petcocks since the tank does hang so low. You run a crossover tube there so you can get all the fuel out of it. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the appearance of that tank. Fuel cap is pretty cool. It has like a carbon fiber print in the plastic. Kind of makes it look pretty sweet. Moving on down here, I'm going with the mica bars. These are 1.1/8" bars. They are the Rookie Carmichael bend, so pretty narrow, pretty tall. Basically what I was going for is narrow and tall. Also went with the mica bar mounts. I'll pull one of these up so you can see a little bit better. These are pretty sweet looking, pretty inexpensive really. Pretty nice color of blue. A lot of the times the billet blue pieces for Yamaha, I haven't been very impressed with the color of blue, so This one seems pretty nice, pretty close to Yamaha blue. Going with a steel sprocket. You know, I'll be out in the woods, in the mud. Steel's going to last a lot longer. And I basically got the biggest rear sprocket I could get. I'm not looking for a whole lot of speed. I want that low end grunt, so went with the new set of sprockets there. I am going with an O-ring chain, kind of in the middle, you know, middle of the market here. Not super cheap, not super expensive, just kind of middle of the road. Got the FMF gnarly pipe and the FMF shorty silencer. Those should both give me significantly more bottom end. And going with these fly grips. I ran these once before. You know, I'm pretty happy with them. I think they look pretty sweet, and their overall comfort's pretty good. There are some other ones out there that are probably more comfortable. Renthal makes some really comfortable grips, but they only come in, the ones I like only come in gray. So I know, I went with color over comfort, whatever. These are pretty nice in comfort, and they look way better. So this air filter, I've never used one of these before. Let's see how it works. This is the Maxima Pro filter. Comes ready to use, already oiled. So they say. Pull it out of the package, see what I think of it, and I may end up going with something else. This is pretty inexpensive, so we'll see though. Little tool bag I got. These I'd never seen before. This is supposed to be waterproof and mounts to the rear fender. Just straps on there, so we're going to figure out how best to get that secured. May end up running something off of this strap point here under the seat to get it really secure, and then just run the one strap under the fender. We'll just kind of play with that, see what works best. And went with some Sedona tires. I've been running the Michelin Starcross for a while. Been pretty happy with those, but I wanted to try this tire out. This is the Shinko 505 cheater tire. For those of you who don't know what that tire is, it's basically a hybrid tire between a dirt bike tire and a trials tire. They say this tire is for intermediate to hard when I ordered. Pretty soft lugs. We'll see how long it lasts, but the reviews I read is the thing performs pretty dang amazing. So we're going to find out. I've been curious about it, so I figured this time I'll try it. And I just went with some heavy-duty Sedona tubes, and that pretty much wraps up the parts we got sitting here. I do have the newer style airbox on order from Yamaha, and hopefully that will be here within the week. So for now, we're going to start getting some sprockets, some chains, some new bars, some exhaust, tank, everything we can mount kind of on the front of the bike. We're going to get that mounted up, and then as soon as that airbox gets here, we'll get to the back end of the bike and get the rest of the plastic on. So that should be the end of this video, with the exception, I forgot, we haven't even shown you what the bike looks like. So let's spin around here and take a look and see what the bike looks like right now. So here it is, all our glory. Just pretty well maintained, but also pretty well used. 2003 YZ250. Really, literally the only mechanical problem this bike had when I picked it up is the seals on the carburetor. The float bowl leaks. Same time the fuel's left on, it'll just continue to leak out the float bowl. Not a big deal, easy fix. Went ahead and rode it anyway. Just shut the fuel off every time I stopped. One thing I will be doing this winter, once it's too cold to ride, we're going to tear this thing all back apart and take this frame down, have it powder coated, and also probably get this swing arm powder coated, maybe even subframe. Probably not on the subframe though, being it's just a nice aluminum. We'll just clean it all up so it looks nice and shiny. But as you can see, plastic graphics, stock from '03. A little haggard. But anyhow, that's how she sits right now. And let's get going on this thing. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much the wrap up of video 1 of this build here. I did figure maybe I'll fill you in on kind of my end goal. Right now I'm basically going to ride it more or less in mechanically stock form. Obviously we're going to go with a FMF exhaust, and that's going to be our only major mechanical change right now. The rest of it's pretty much cosmetic tires and chain. So I'm going to see how it does in that form. My next mod would probably be a flywheel weight if I feel that's necessary. And then at some point I do want to try putting a snow bike kit on this bike. So if I do that, there's a very good possibility we're going to take this motor, tear it all down, and run that 295 big bore from Eric Gore. I have another bike here, KX100, that I built for my son, and we went with an Eric Gore trail port on that, and I was super happy with what came back. So I've been thinking about doing the 300 kit on this build as well, but runs so good right now. Kind of hate to tear it down. We're going to finish the season out at least. We're getting pretty late. We've actually already had some snow in the mountains here, so go ahead and run it this way, and we'll see. Maybe pull it down this winter and do it then, but undetermined. We're going to see what happens. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just put the pipe silencer on, give us a little more bottom end, and then probably almost guaranteed first thing this spring I will go ahead and put that flywheel weight on, and probably end up just running it next year with the stock displacement, stock porting, and see how that treats me, and make a determination at that time if I want to go ahead and go with the 300 kit or leave it stock. But anyhow, appreciate you watching, and subscribe to the channel. Plan on having some more videos, and anyhow, I'll see you later. Thanks a lot, guys.